a news program from a Native perspective. Whether it's a flagpole raising or whether it's an elders conference, if it's important to the people and I make a story out of it, this is the most exciting, wonderful, fun time of my life. Hello and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska. I'm Jeannie Green.
There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, revolution is in the air. There's a heartbeat deep inside our mother. Are you too cool to care?
Hello and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska, Native News and Native Information, Native Fun, and on today's program we have all of that. We take you to Bethel, Alaska and learn all about that community. We learn about a group of youth there that are turning heads across the nation, the JROTC. Are you ready for this program? I hope so, because it's going to take a lot of energy just to watch it. Attention, about face march. Heartbeat Alaska chooses the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska. And this is where we choose to house our guests that come from all over the world to spend time with us. And this is where we hope you will choose to spend your time when you come to Anchorage. Choose the Longhouse Hotel, the official hotel of Heartbeat Alaska.
Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by Brown's Electric Lighting Gallery. Thank you, Brown's Electric, for your generous support of Heartbeat Alaska.
Welcome back. The Bethel JROTC have been around for a few years and with not much recognition, but I'm telling you, times have changed for this group. Bethel is located at the mouth of the Kuskokwim River, 40 miles inland from the Bering Sea. It lies in the Yukon Delta National Wildlife Refuge, 400 air miles west of Anchorage. Precipitation averages 16 inches a year in this area, with snowfall 50 inches. Summer temperatures range from 62 to 42 degrees. Winter temperatures average 19 to -2 degrees Fahrenheit. Bethel was first established by the Yupik Eskimos, and in the Yupik language means smokehouse people, named for the nearby fish smokehouse. In 1880, there were 41 people living in Bethel. At that time, it was an Alaska Commercial Company trading post. The Moravian Church established a mission in the area in 1884. The community was moved to its present location due to erosion at the prior site. Before long, Bethel was serving as a trading, transportation, and distribution center for the region, which attracted natives from surrounding villages. The city was incorporated in 1957. Bethel serves as a regional center for 56 villages in the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. Food, fuel, transportation, medical care, and other services for these villages are provided by businesses in Bethel. 50% of the jobs in Bethel are government positions, but commercial fishing is also an important source of income. As a matter of fact, approximately 200 residents hold commercial fishing permits, primarily for salmon and herring roe net fisheries. Subsistence activities contribute substantially to villagers' diets, particularly salmon, freshwater fish, game birds, and berries. But Bethel isn't just known for its importance as a rural hub.
Forward, walk.
It's also home to the Warriors, the Bethel Warriors. Here at the Bethel Regional High School, there comes a sense of pride and honor that beats to the echo of centuries of Yupik culture and teachings, a pride that reflects years of experience, months of dedication, weeks of tears and sweat, days of relentless repetition, and hours of painstaking work.
The three of you are team.
We're talking about the Bethel Warriors, Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. A group of young adults that is taking the world by surprise.
We are somebody. We are somebody. You check us out. You check us out. 1, 2.
Who would think that from a small rural village in Alaska would come two of the nation's top JROTC drill teams? You heard it right. The Bethel Warriors took third place in the exhibition last year in the 2001 National High School Drill Team Championships in Daytona Beach, Florida, and fifth in the nation for their color guard team.
Last year we went to nationals in Daytona Beach, Florida, and out of 51 teams we got third.
And it's easy to see why. These Warriors have got their act together when it comes to discipline and dedication. It's not easy juggling school, the Corps, and the social life of a teenager. But somehow these cadets make it happen, and it all begins at 5:30 in the morning. Meet 16-year-old Curtis Neck, commander for the Bethel JROTC Color Guards. Every morning, Curtis gets himself up and sits alone with his bowl of cereal. By 4:30 a.m., he's out of the door. And at the gym, ready to start practice by 5 a.m.
It's a lot of hard work. It will be really hard for the next 2 more years since I'm a sophomore. I have 2 more years. It's just been great, and hopefully we'll take nationals and make our community proud.
It's an everyday thing for the members of this color guard team, who all seem to have one thing in mind right now.
The nationals is everything to our team right now. We're practicing so we could win first in Florida. We got third last year, so we want to do better this year.
As a commander, Curtis is a leader, which entails a little more than just remembering moves and routines.
My job is to motivate my team so we could do better at competitions, make sure I'm there, make sure they're up in the morning once in a while, and just try to make them have the best practice they can. This is only our 3rd day of actually practicing for the nationals, because we have to start off with the new routine for color guard, and we have to learn a whole new routine for regulation drill.
4, 5, 6.
Order, colors.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
For Dexter Kairaiuak, the benefits of being a member of the JROTC are many.
Well, for me, it teaches me to get up early in the morning for my jobs, that if I take one, like get ready for school and college, you know, getting ready for exams, discipline, to be able to do everything the way it's supposed to be, feel my body, understand how my body is moving, and correct it. I guess it gets me more attached to like maybe the armed services and respect for them more. Because before then I didn't really like give them the amount of respect that I do now, because I understand what they go through now.
Colors of birth. There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder, revolution.
Are you traveling to Anchorage for education or health care? The Alaska Family Hospice is your home in the city. Located 1.5 blocks from the Alaska Native Medical Center, Alaska Family Hospice offers fully equipped apartments, housekeeping services, shuttle service, Medicaid payments, grocery shopping service, or cook your own native food right in your apartment.
Well, I've been coming here for the last 3 years, and all the times I come here, it's like a home away from home.
For total comfort, affordability, and safety, come on home to the Alaska Family Hospice, your home in the city. Now, let's see what it takes to be part of this elite group.
1, 2, north bend, down. 1, 2, 3.
I have to work for what I want. You know, I can't just do a little bit and that'll be good enough. I have to put my all effort into it. It makes me want to be able to push and kick and do all our routine even harder.
Dexter competed last year in the national competition. With his eyes looking forward to this year's national competition, Dexter can't help but reflect back on yesteryear's victory.
I didn't realize the magnitude of how big that event is for nationals until you actually go to the place where everyone else is competing. And that's when I realized that it was like, this is what we're doing.
And going up against schools more than twice the size of Bethel's school might be intimidating to some, but not these youth.
Left wheel, march.
It's not an intimidation. It's just a barrier people set for you. You know, other people say, oh, they're from a bigger school, you know, that they probably have more better people. But that's just a barrier. You can get someone that's not talented at all and work with them, and you'll eventually get them to where they can perform just as good as the people from bigger schools. You know, and that's what we do. We use what we have and refine them to get them better.
It doesn't affect me. We're from a small town, so I'm used to small things. I just think about it just another person that's watching me perform, another audience member.
It's quality. It's got great students, a great sergeant. Got a lot of pride in what we do, and we pride ourselves in doing. Might not always do it perfect, but our students give it the best shot. And you'll see once they come off that drill platform today, there'll be kids in here almost exhausted from effort. So they don't hold anything back. They give it 100%, 110%, and the people of Bethel and the whole southwestern Alaska, should be proud of these kids. We're the only small school. All the other schools are either in the Anchorage or the Fairbanks areas, so we're the only small school out here, and people of rural Alaska and people all over Alaska should be proud of these kids because they're going to go represent Alaska, not just Bethel. We're going to represent Alaska in the Nationals and hope to bring back a big trophy for everybody.
1, 2.
Lisa Typpo is another member who went to the national competition last year and remembers her experience well.
It was like winning the lottery. It was a different thing from what I've ever done. It was just a complicated routine of different movements and maneuvers. It was different from what I've ever done. I like it.
At the beginning of school year, I was just curious of what drill team was, and when I found out what it was, I just got attached to it.
Sling, or
1,000, 2,000.
Wallen Olrum is a second-year veteran with the Warriors and has his own reasons for joining this elite team.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm in it for the competition, the hard work and sweat.
And although they looked focused, stern, proud, and at the top of their game, a crowded audience does add a different factor into the mix.
I see that some of my family members are going to be there, and just having them viewing over me makes me nervous. To me, it's sometimes mostly fear that if I mess up, the crowd, they'll start laughing or like just boo us off the floor. But Once I start doing good about it, I feel good. I push harder.
One of the big things that we were looking for was getting people to, the newer people and also the old people, the older drill team members, to get comfortable to perform in a crowd that they don't know who any person is.
I'm thinking I'm hoping that I'm not messing up or anything, or I won't do bad on this certain part,
Are we doing it right? I just think about a million things. Are we doing it right?
I'm just thinking, don't mess up on what I'm doing. But it goes by really fast. I'll get off the floor and be like, gee, that didn't seem like 8 minutes. It felt like nothing.
We are good, and that no matter how big a school is, so we can always beat them, we can always win. So we can do anything.
It teaches you self-confidence and how you control your body.
Being out on that floor and just what I get after we perform, how it feels, I just like it.
To me, what I get out of it is actually discipline. I have been more disciplined since I started. It helps you in everyday life, you'll listen to more people more often instead of just have it your way all the time.
I see kids grow up. They go from being, kind of little children to being young adults. They mature, and it's a great transformation just to watch them go from, being they're like a little piece of coal. They are like a little piece of coal with a little polish and a whole lot of hard work. They turn into little diamonds. And we polish them up a little bit and shine them up a little bit and square them up a little bit, and just to watch them to go out. We've got a couple kids in West Point, and we've got kids in college, and we've got kids in the armed forces, and it's just wonderful to see that, what they can become. Life does not limit them. They're limited by their desire, and we teach, help them. They see that. They see that they can do anything they want to do.
And right now, these cadets are getting prepared to compete in the state competition. It just makes you wonder how these kids stay so focused.
I think they have all those emotions. I think they have, just like anybody that goes out to compete, to go out in the arena, no matter what, whether it's a sport or whether it's this, there's nerves. You get pumped up, and then they have all that, and then just before they go into the drill deck, it kind of turns into an attitude. Their attitudes get, we are number one, and we can do this. And then they go out there with that attitude. You can see timid teams. This team is not timid. It goes out there with an attitude, not a cocky attitude, but it goes out there with an attitude. We know what we're going to do, and we're going to do it.
Now, aren't you counted with him? Aren't you staying with him now? All to do is to open your mouth and count. You guys stay together. Now try it again.
Not to mention Master Sergeant Barbara Wright.
Our sergeant, she's really, really disciplined, and I think if I can get through her, I can get through anybody else in this world, because she's one of the toughest people I know.
Do you want to go to the national?
Yes, Sergeant.
Because if you want to go to the national, you'll come in here on time. You'll get here on time.
What motivates me is Sergeant Wright. She encourages us, which brings our hopes up, and she tells us what we're doing wrong so we can fix it.
Motivate. But are you motivated? And everybody count, guys, until we get it. Are you motivated?
Motivate! I put my whole heart into this, and I love it. And I'm doing it because I love it. It's not has anything to do with anything else. It's just a love for this. And to see young people do things that they felt that was impossible to do. That's what I get out of it. When they comes out and they see other schools, and they look at themselves, hey, we living way out here in nowhere. And look at us, we as good as they are or better. So that's what make them, that's right. And they know that they are great. They know they are number one.
There's a heartbeat, louder thunder, revolution.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Junior.
From generation to generation, the passing down of tradition has been the native way.
You never eat snow because it'll get you tired.
Survival in the Alaska wilderness depends on one's knowledge of ancient native secrets.
Nowadays we carry this. Always carry it next to your body. It's water.
Purity guaranteed. Aquafina.
Now, it's off to the state competition. Let's find out what these cadets have been up to for the past few months.
And confidence is half the battle. Preparation is the other half. On March 2nd, these cadets traveled to Anchorage to take part in the state competition. And although they knew they had what it took to take first place, a little prayer couldn't hurt.
You can do it. All y'all gotta do is concentrate and really do what y'all supposed to do. I want y'all to snap them weapons out like you're angry at them. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Right here. Let's take it. Let's take it. Oh, I'm nervous. I am so scared. I just hope they just remember what they're supposed to do and just get out there and do it. Because they're tough. They're sharp. They're tough. They look good. And they're number one. They know that. All they got to do is get out there on the floor and do it. Get it up. Warriors. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Warriors. Get it up. Get it up. Get it up. Warriors. It just seems like I'm out there with them. I'm right there with them hollering, come on guys, you can do it, you can do it, I know you can do it, I know you can do it. And my stomach just started turning, oh God, and these doors are open now, oh my Lord.
Let's go. Forward march.
We're very expendable. We can do things what other schools can do, even though we are a 2A school, I believe, but we still can do what they can do. Probably can even do better.
These kids can compete. We know that. We've gone to nationals with them, and they do a great job. And sometimes the kids even think, well, we're from a small school. We're not good enough to be there. Well, yes, they are. These young kids can go compete against anybody, anywhere. They believe. They believe in what we tell them. They believe that hard work and devotion and dedication and commitment and the discipline that comes with that, it will not only stand them well in the drill deck and the drill platform, but it'll stand them well in life. I mean, if you have those values and those commitments, no matter what you do, if you apply those, it'll help you in life.
I want to do something that I've never done before and to see how good I am. To test my knowledge and to see that people like cadets like us could do what we want to do if we set our mind to it.
When you're in the zone, when you have that chi, I mean, everything is blocked out. It's just you and the commander, you know, and it's really everything blackens out, and all you see is just what you're doing. Or you can just see what you're thinking of, and nothing else matters to you at that point, and you're so concentrated.
They're a small team, but they are a mighty team. They tries really hard. And they love when they know, it's not the trophies, they don't really care about the trophies. They care about when they really perform and when they really put on a show. You know, I believe, and I tell them, you guys give the crowd something the crowd gonna like, make the crowd yell, make the crowd sit up and say, hey, I love that, I wanna see it again. And that's what it's all about. And that's the history of our team. We just a small team, but it's some big-hearted cadets on that team, and they are good. They are excellent.
It feels good. What we do, we have a good outcome. We take first during competitions, and that's how we know we do good.
I wanted to learn how to work as a team instead of as an individual.
And that's definitely a large part of being a Warrior Cadet. Teamwork is essential. That's why these young cadets practice rigorously, move after move, step after step, routine after routine. Well, that's one of the reasons.
I do it because of what I know I can become, what I know I can do, like at the nationals, at state. I know we could be good, and it's a lot of hard work.
Able to do stuff that other people don't think we're able to do. To compete in the nationals, you know, the big events.
It's just the promising thought of coming home with a title, I guess, because that's what we're here for.
Because we get to travel and go to different schools and meet other people and drill teams, and
it helps me keep my grades up too.
To see how good Bethel is compared to all the other services around the nation.
And as the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. With 3 first-place titles this year for the drill team and 2 second-place titles for the color guard, these cadets have made a name for themselves and built a reputation for the village of Bethel and the state of Alaska.
Other services think that we're nothing compared to them, and we want to show them how good a small ROTC exhibition drill team could do.
Good enough to take first place at the state's competitions this year, it was this exhibition that took the title and has given all these cadets national fever.
I'm a little disappointed. I felt that we could have done a lot better than what we did, and this isn't their best. This wasn't their best performance. I got to go back. We got a long way to go before we get to the nationals. I have a lot of hard work I have to do. But I am going to get them up to par. I am going to get them to the standards that it's going to be national standards.
The way we performed wasn't as good as the other state performances, so we weren't thinking we were going to win first place, but we won anyway, so I mean, that was pretty good then.
After the nationals, it's no more, and we could sleep in and just sleep in.
For now, it's back to the drawing board, or gym in this case, to prepare to do battle with the big boys. Thank you, everyone in Bethel, Alaska. Thank you, everyone on the JROTC. Thank you so much. Grace Olrum for giving us a tip about this story. Her nephew just happens to be one of these fabulous cadets, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jeannie Green. Join us again next week for more Native news and Native information. We'll see you then.